It's Monday, May 19th. This is going to be a super quick video. We just got back from a 7-hour road trip from up in Northern California, Chico State, where this weekend my daughter graduated. Here she is, my beautiful daughter, graduated this weekend from our hometown, Chico. We spent the weekend up there with my mom and my mother-in-law. It was a grand old time, nice getaway. Now we're back in town and ready to get at them. So I traded from the car today, from the I-5 all the way down the state of California. And here is the main trade I had for today. You can see that this is a beauty. This is a new concept that I'm sort of playing around with and that I'm liking. This is a levitation trade. Started off as a look-ma, no hands trade, and converted it into a levitation trade. You can see it's like a floating straddle. With this trade, the worst case scenario, no matter what, is we'll make 448-ish, 448 bucks. No matter what happens, it's a risk-free trade at this point. And it has this unlimited upside and downside potential, which is really cool. Like there was a big move towards the end of the day, up or down. So anyway, here's the main big trade for today. Now I also do a couple of other trades. I do a trade in under 25K account as a example. I've had to trade these with a smaller trading account, and let's take a look at that one. So here's the under 25K account. Let me change that so that pink line doesn't distract us. Let me get rid of that. So this one was a winner too, almost completely levitating. To lose, we would have to end up right there to lose on this one, we would have to wind up ending the day right at 59.30, and the worst case scenario would be like $80. So very small risk, but we wound up here, so that was 401. This would be called probably somewhere between a profit bomb and a levitation trade. And this one started off as the look mono has as well. So those are the two trades I did while I was in the car traveling today, both winners. Now the other cool thing I was monkeying around with this weekend while I was up north was looking at ways to hedge these high yield dividend stocks or ETFs that I just started playing. So for example, let's take a look at Tesla. So I just started to mess around with these high yield ETFs. So these are real trades, and if you've followed me for any amount of time, you know my main thing, the thing I'm obsessed with is to like create these trades where they become risk-free trades as quickly as possible, where there's no risk. So on a risk graph, the whole trade floats and resides above the zero line. So no matter what happens, we're going to win either way, regardless. So I was trying to figure out a way how to do that with these trades, because these pay like massive dividends, and I'm not even so concerned with the appreciation on these stocks and ETFs. These ETFs are like, a lot of them are priced like under 10 bucks even. Like Tesla is priced at, what is it? It's at 9 now? 9.12. Coney is another one. Coney, what's that priced at? 8-9 bucks. So I'm not even too concerned about making money on the appreciation. Of course I'll take it, but what I'm really interested in these has to do with the dividend. They pay these massive dividends, like 50% or 100% even in some cases. So I'm trying to figure out a way, if I'm going to put the stock in, if I'm going to tie up that much cash, how can I be sure to hedge it properly so I don't lose a lot of money on them? Or even better, how can I turn these trades into risk-free trades where it's impossible to lose money while capturing that massive dividend on them? So I was playing around with some ideas this weekend. I came up with these, which I'm going to get into later this week. I'm just going to kind of give you a quick preview here. But so on Coney, let's say show positions. So here's the trade on Coney. Now on this one, here's the position by itself. So I own 300 shares of Coney, which is Coinbase. And so I bought this last week, and so this position with 300 shares is up to 184 bucks. So I'm always thinking, well, I don't want to lose a lot of money on these. I don't want to lose any money on these, for crying out loud. So what can I do? What kind of tricks can I pull out of my trading toolbox to turn these trades into risk-free positions so I can own the shares? I don't have to worry about any losses. It's totally risk-free, and I can still collect that huge dividend. So I came up with some ideas this weekend that I started to implement today on the ride back down to Los Angeles. And so here's one of them. I'll just turn it on. So this trade, this Coney trade this trade has now been turned into a risk-free trade. With this risk graph right here we're looking at, there's no way I can lose money with it. You can see worst case scenario is that I'll make 116 bucks if it goes all the way to zero. And if Coney takes off to the upside, I still have unlimited profit potential to the upside. So this is a can't lose trade. This is hedged completely, so I can't lose any money. I may not make as much money if I just own the shares naked, but if I own the shares naked, just the shares by themselves, I would be exposed to risk where I could lose money. In this case, I can't, but I still have the shares. I'm locked into this position that can't lose. It's floating above the zero line, and I can collect that dividend, that huge, juicy dividend. So that's what I came up with on Coney. I'm going to continue to I'm just getting started with this, so I'm going to continue to make a bunch of videos and follow these with these high yield dividends. And so if that's something of interest to you, just make sure you subscribe to this channel, follow me. Even better, go over to my website and sign up for my free email newsletter where you get a bunch of extra info and content on these type of trades. So I'll just leave a link to my website in the description below. Just head on over there, sign up for my free email newsletter, and then you'll be sure not to miss anything. You can follow me there. So this is Coney. So let's take a look at the one I did on Tesla. Tesla is Tesla. So here is the risk-free position I set up on Tesla using the same kind of trick. So let's look at it without any hedging. Here's the shares. I own 216 shares right now. This one I just got into last week too. So this is up $300. But see, I have all this downside. If there was a move down, I have risk exposure. I could lose $500 here, $800 here, all the way down to $1,500 or more. So how can I turn this trade into a risk-free trade so I can't lose any money? I'm guaranteed to make a profit just on the position itself, but I can also capture that big juicy dividend. So here's what I came up with that. So with this risk graph, you can see that at this point there's really no way I could lose on this trade. If we go all the way down to zero, if it were to go to zero, I'm still making $37 profit. So it's a risk-free, can't lose trade. Where we're at right now is here, and there's unlimited upside potential. And again, it's not as, I wouldn't make as much on an up move as I would if I just had those shares, but the trade-off is that I'm not going to lose any money. This is a guaranteed profit, can't lose trade, while I'm able to collect that big fat juicy dividend. So this is a variation of my OG trade, which again, if you want to learn more about, just make sure you're subscribed to my channel and also join my trading email newsletter. Just click the link in the description below, head on over there, sign up for my free email newsletter, and you'll be good to go. So the last one is MSTY. So MSTY, I'm in the middle of constructing a position. MSTY, I have a lot more shares than the other ones. I have 851 shares of MSTY, which is this position right now. And you can see this position is profitable, like up to $1,000, a little bit over, but you can see there's risk here. I mean, it may not realistically crash down to 10, but it's always there. There's the possibility is always there. So all this risk exposure, I just hate. I really don't like. It makes me nervous. Like if it were to come down to $10, you can see I'd be down $10,000, which would suck. So how can I collect this? This one is a super huge fat dividend. How can I collect that dividend while creating a position in MSTY that is completely risk-free? There's like a guaranteed profit. There's no way that I can lose. I'll make something regardless what happens, but I'll still have the shares, some upside potential, and the ability to collect that gigantic dividend. So this one I'm halfway through. I put the first part of the hedge on today, and I'll probably do the other half tomorrow, but I'll show you where I'm at right now. So here's where I'm at. With this one, you can see with this position I have unlimited upside. Again, it's not quite as much. Well, right now it's close to what it would be if I had no hedge whatsoever. Let's take a look at MSTY, just the stock position I have. So if we went up to 27, I'd make $4,000. This position would be worth $4,000. And the way that I have this hedge started here, this OG trade, this OG hedge is like so. So if it went up to 27, I'd make 3,747. So pretty close. Close enough for me, especially with the elimination of all that risk to the downside. You can see that here, there's a little bit of risk right here on this one, like $100 or so. But if it continues to move down, let's just go down to $15. On this one, I'll make $230 profit with this hedge. And this one isn't completed yet. I'm gonna do part 2 of this probably tomorrow. And I'll make a video. I'll make videos on these this week, and then going forward, I'll continue to track and create a whole series of videos on these high yield trades and these risk-free hedges that I'm placing on them. But again, if we were to go down to 15 bucks with this part of it, just half of it on, you can see that we would be profitable, 230 bucks, where if there was no hitch whatsoever, it would be, we'd be down 6,000 bucks. That would suck. So with this, we make money. There's just a little bit of risk right in this area here. If it were to come down here and just stop, and the position would expire here, like $100 worth of risk. But there's a whole part two of this that hasn't been placed yet. And again, the whole concept is it's not just placing. These aren't just buying protective puts. With a protective put, you would buy the stock and you would buy a put, but you would have a risk. There would always be risk in that. What I'm doing with these trades are creating positions where there's no risk. So it's hedged. There's still upside potential. There's profit locked in. So it's going to be a guaranteed profitable trade no matter what. And worst case scenario, if there was a crash down, it's still, there's no way we can lose money. Worst case scenario on this is we make 35 bucks. The one on Coney, worst case scenario, you can see we're floating above that zero line. We never dip below into the risk area of it. Worst case scenario on this is that we're going to make $116. That's the worst case. Best case is if we go up, we capture this upside, and through all of it, we were able to capture that dividend. So that's my latest, greatest project that I'm doing with these high yield ETFs. And again, if you want to just follow along with me on these and see what I'm doing, just make sure you're subscribed to the channel and join me on my website. And I'll start to do more videos on this week. Just getting started with these. I'm planning on doing a whole series and tracking these all the way through. So again, just to follow me, just make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button below. And also be sure to join me on my website where you get a bunch of extra additional info, content. And to do that, just click the link in the description below. Go over to my website, sign up for my free email newsletter, and we'll go from there. All right, that's it for this one. Tune in tomorrow. We'll continue. I'll see you then.